This toy piano is super cool, and so far I've only done shorts with it, so I figured I would just spend a bit of time, playing and talking about it. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I did not write anything, and I didn't plan anything. So, anyway, yeah, let's do it. I mostly play single notes with my left hand down low because, well, two reasons. I don't really know how to play piano, so I'm just playing what feels nice and using my guitarist slash whatever universal music skills on piano. But also, just there's a lot of stuff going on with this piano due to the way the notes are formed, right? These metal tines are not perfect. They're not in perfect pitch. No part of this is exactly precise. And so the more keys you press at any given time, the higher the odds of them being a little more complex, if you will, than maybe you like. That chord might have sounded good on a synthesizer or a piano in perfect tuning, but this one is going to have variances, and so some of those notes might just give a little more blue than you expected. And I'm really going for big and bright and chimey, so that tends to mean kind of anchoring with a root, and then playing something big and chimey on top to keep a good separation between the low notes and the high notes, because they all have a high chime aspect to them due to how it's struck. Anyway, yeah, this thing is great. It doesn't have a lot of, there's not as much pitch information in the upper notes. It just doesn't have much to ring out. The tine is a lot shorter, and the hammer is not hard enough to hit it nice and sharply and give it a good crisp ring. So it tends to kind of, as you get further down, that's the first one that really rings out, I think, and then they all have a pretty good ring after that. You don't really have that problem with the low end. You're missing a little bit of, it's not quite as bright, of course, but you still do get a lot of high-end sound. I have a spring under this key. I took a little ball of that window clay that you can get for weatherproofing, and I wedged a small spring in there just to try to see. The thought was that if the key is pushed back up by a spring, that the hammer would fall back down. And while that's not untrue, it just mostly makes it feel mushy and kind of less sure. So eventually I'll go back and try some different things with it. But for now, this is the only key. This middle C has a spring under it, which makes it a little weird. When I got this thing, it was black. I believe the brand is Schoenhut. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I saved the little insert because the company name is on the piece that originally went here, but I replaced it with this little kind of wooden dowel and rainbow and stuff. Now it's all stuck and not going back in correctly. I'm going to put some lights on the inside eventually so it can shine through. Oh, as I bump it. But anyway, yeah, this really is, a bit more of my toy piano. I love this thing. I wish it had more keys. I wish it was a little more precise, but overall, This is one of the most fun instruments I have to play, and every time I touch a tine, I just feel like I want to hit another, and it's just such a sound. One of you in the comments asked if I would do a commission, a song, and I'm definitely interested in doing commissions, doing work for hire. I want to do that, but what I don't know is, exactly how I would do it, right? It's not something I've really done before. So definitely I'm going to have that conversation, because I want this sound to be far and wide. I want the world to hear the toy piano. Anyway, have a great day, guys.